is ipsa loquitur, what we're saying. So this is not a double bluff. If they think it's a double bluff, what is happening in Mali, that government, or that the military will consolidate their power. They will promise heaven and whatever. They will conduct elections and they will consolidate their hold. I am just hoping that it is not going to be the new normal in Africa. But the politicians are leading us there. They are leading us there. We are showing that we are incapable of managing ourselves. Look at what is happening in the land. There is poverty. You know, I was going through something yesterday. I was reading the achievements of that man majority of us condemned as the devil's reincarnation.
Okay, don't say the A word.
Abacha.
Okay.
Abacha. I was reading Abacha's achievements.
Oh wow!
And
a lot of people at their homes right now, barrister. I don't envy you. People are listening to you now and thinking.
You see, when things like this happen,
you forget so easily.
You know. Let me tell you something.
Okay.
When things like this happen, for elders, we will look back and say, how has it been from back then? You understand? And then we'll come and compare it.
But isn't it relative? There are people back then who also tell you how, so it's just like how people say, oh, do this to your baby. It's never hurt anybody, because you've never heard of the people that he has hurt. So for you, it may be on the other side where
who are those people? What we are witnessing in this country now.
Right. It's worse.
Did how many Nigerians lost their lives under Abacha's government? Military government. Can you compare that with what we are witnessing under a civilian administration? Bandits everywhere. Many of those bandits are being sponsored by the same politicians. Boko Haram, it is alleged, is being sponsored by the politicians.
The barrister, don't get us in trouble. One station is just trying to wriggle themselves out of that. So don't get us. Don't get us in trouble here. Until we have facts, we really cannot.
The courts are there. Let them try it. The courts are there.
We don't have facts. If people keep mentioning. People keep saying, oh, there are people who are sponsoring, but nobody has facts. Nobody can come out and say, even the person that has said, he said he heard it in the marketplace. I mean, so nobody have, if we have facts, these are huge allegations. Somebody is sponsoring people. Let us have the name. Let us have the facts. Let us have receipts.
Is this the first time we are hearing that?
Exactly my point. People seem to use this to sort of get
people. Has Ali Modu Sheriff's name not been mentioned in the past?
Was there...
Has Wadume not said something worse than what May Lafia has said?
Let them not just give us words. We want them to back their words.
This is what we are saying. I want the civilians should become more responsible.
Absolutely.
African rulers ought to be ashamed of themselves.
I agree. I totally agree.
Despite all that we have, all that we are blessed with, we are finding it so difficult to...
It's a real shame.
You can imagine.
It's a real shame. It's a real shame. All right, so don't forget, you can watch us live on Facebook. We're live on Facebook right now. Please go to facebook.com/Splash FM 105.5. Facebook.com/Splash FM 105.5. Our Facebook family, thank you for tuning in. All right, quick headlines and then we'll go to another story in the papers this morning. Hate speech, when will Lai Mohammed fine El Rufai? It's in the papers. You can read it up. Also in the papers, Ogun prophet arraigned for defiling 15-year-old girl during spiritual cleansing. Also find the papers this morning. There's a story of a lady who connived with a friend to fake a kidnap. That's also in the papers this morning. But also in the papers, just a warning to our people in Ibadan, because we see how you're still putting all sort of things in the gutters, blocking drainages, building all sort of structures in places where it ought not to be. 11 local government areas of Oyo State are at risk of experiencing flash flooding from rainfalls between September and November this year, as contained in the 2020 annual flood outlook at the Nigeria Hydrological Services Agency. The local councils at risk of flooding are Onwara, Lagelu, Oyo East, Kajola, Egbeda, Ogbomosho South, Ìṣẹ̀yìn, Ìbàràpá North, Ìbàdàn Southwest, Ìbàdàn Northwest, and Ìbàdàn Southwest. If you have been identified among these local government areas, you're predisposed to flooding due to blockage of drainage systems, encroachment and building of structure on floodplains and waterways, poor waste management practices, deforestation, use of river channels as waste repositories, poor compliance to land use zoning, building codes, it goes on and on and on. The Oyo State government convened a stakeholders meeting involving caretaker chairmen and community development associations of the flood risk local government areas at State Secretariat Ibadan on Wednesday. Well, this is really just a warning to people. We must do better.
Oh, yes.
We definitely must do better to make sure that it's not just the government did this, but some of the times we're the ones also causing our own problems. All right, at 8 o'clock, I'm going to be talking about exam malpractices with someone who's been an educator for a long time. Recently, we heard that there was a Konjabi Expo, whatever. There's a leak. The papers for maths, for example, leaked. In the papers this morning, head of National Office, West African Examination Council, Patrick Aregan, said the body arrested some of its supervisors who revealed questions to candidates before the commencement of the West African Senior School Certificate Examination. Aregan, who spoke during the monitoring exercise to some schools in Yaba, Lagos State, also told students taking WASC to shun examination malpractice and rely on their ability. According to him, the visit was to monitor the exams which commenced on Monday and to ensure that students and teachers complied with COVID-19 safety measures. Students should not go about looking for anything they call expo. It is shameful. Supervisors collecting question papers from WAEC and going somewhere to open the questions. Yesterday, we caught one in Nasarawa. They don't know what we have a way. They don't know that we have a way of detecting them. In Bauchi, we caught another. We detected it from here. In Port Harcourt, a candidate did the same thing and was arrested, said Aragon. The Rivers State government said it is investigating allegations of malpractices WASC in the state. It goes on and on, but like I said, between 8 to 9, I'll also be asking, have you never cheated before? How come?
No, you know something, okay?
This is this has been going on for a long time, though.
Yes, now the managers of the WAEC exams. They are really very wicked people.
Okay.
I'm telling you, they are wicked people. Okay, these children were kept at home for so long a time. And now this is the time they want to now come and enforce social distancing or physical distancing in exam halls.
But those 4 months, they should have been reading. How do you have 4 months to prepare and still want to come and giraffe in an exam? I don't understand. 4 months to prepare.
But the truth of the matter is, we have not shown our children
exactly
the right way. The value system in the country has been so badly eroded. I was asking myself a question: when precisely did this concept of lycanthropy enter into us? You know, it is believed to be a myth. You know, that humans were transformed into wolves. We have been transformed into wolves, and our rulers are proving to be exactly that. They are not human. They are not humane. You know, they behave more like those animals. You know, so it is a reflection. Our children are our reflection.
Sure.
They are because we are their mirrors.
Simple. Right.
What have we inculcated in those children? What have we shown those children?
Right.
Have we shown them those traditional values or African values? No, we haven't.
We have not.
We have shown our children that the best way to rise to the top is to cut corners. Isn't that what we have done? So
we definitely must do better. We definitely must do better. At 8 o'clock, I will be having, like I said, an educator is a passionate and proud teacher with over 2 decades teaching experience in the classroom, middle management, and as a head teacher. He helps schools and teachers to develop best classroom management practices, empowering them with cutting-edge skills in teaching and alternative discipline strategies. And he holds a Bachelor's of Education of the University of Ibadan and a certificate in senior sector management. His name is Mr. Akin Benjamin, and he's definitely going to be talking to me at 8 o'clock about exam malpractices as well. So
we're talking about exam malpractice, come from north down south, go from west across east. The people who are occupying government offices are all being alleged of having gained their positions with forged certificates. The issue of forged certificates entered our political lexicon in this country.
Yes, absolutely.
And up till now, we have not been able to resolve it. So, what legacy
are we leaving for the next generation? Okay, we've got the BBC Minutes. We'll take that real quickly. And then when we come back, we'll go to the phone lines. We want to hear your thoughts this morning on the stories making headlines. If we can squeeze in one more news, we'd love to do that. But we'll see how it goes. Don't go away.
Splash FM 105.5. Laura and William, starting with the US Democratic Convention in this BBC Minute.
We've seen Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton both make virtual speeches in the third night of their political party's assembly. They urged members to vote for Joe Biden for president in November.
Yeah, former US President Obama said Mr. Biden's rival in the race, President Trump, treated the role like a reality show.
Hashtag Kamala Harris VP trending.
Yeah, the US politician was formally nominated at the convention as Joe Biden's running mate. She spoke about how her mother raised her to be proud of her Indian heritage.
In Brazil, indigenous protesters have removed barricades blocking a main highway in the Amazon to let grain trucks through. They've been protesting against the government's lack of COVID-19 relief.
There are some excited football fans in China. The Chinese Super League says it will allow a limited number of spectators into a match on Saturday. That's a first since the pandemic started.
And Netflix is testing out a new shuffle button.
Yeah, the streaming giant says it will play randomly selected titles based on your viewing history.
Whatever will it choose? 0529G.
BBC Minute.
Quick, charge at 240.
Hot news, cool vibes, sports, and more on the Integrity Station.
Morning Splash.
Morning Splash.
Morning Splash. Welcome back to Straight from the Dailies, where we have been looking at stories making headlines. Real quickly, the contentious sections of the new Company and Allied Matters Act, CAMA, signed by President Muhammadu Buhari on August 7th, 2020, are currently generating angry reactions across the country as many stakeholders have threatened to challenge the piece of legislation in court. Although the act was designed by government to promote ease of doing business in the country, a provision of the act which stipulates that religious bodies and charity organizations would be strictly regulated by the Registrar General of the Corporate Affairs Commission, CAC, and the supervising minister appears to have set the people up against the government. Besides, CAMA also provides that the commission may, by order, suspend the trustees of an association or a religious body and appoint an interim manager or managers to coordinate its affairs where it reasonably believes that there has been any misconduct or mismanagement, or where the affairs of the association are being run fraudulently, or where it is necessary or desirable for the purpose of public interest. Perhaps Barrister can shed more light on this for us this morning.
Ronke, you see, I just see Nigeria as a country where we love being lawless. All right. I am not saying that.
As long as it benefits us, we call it different names.
Exactly.
Yes.
I am not saying that the new law is a perfect instrument.
Right.
Let me give you some good examples. For instance, the portions of that law that attempts to oust the jurisdiction of the court, all right, are definitely, you know, yes,
Okay.
they ought to be expunged, especially given the recent decisions in court. Take, for instance, the case of Federal Road Safety Corps. The courts have ruled that they are not to determine crime, even though they may have their codes or whatever. It is still the role of the court to determine when there is an infraction of a law, and also the issue of sentencing. You cannot be the judge and, you know, the complainant and the judge in your own cause. Nemo Judat in Kosasua. So I know definitely those portions of the law that attempt to oust the jurisdiction of the court will be corrected by the courts. But be that as it may, why are the churches against a law to regulate their activities? Why are they all coming after CAMA now? CAMA does not say they will take over the trusteeship of any church.
Okay.
You know, just like that. They have laid down conditions.
Yes, exactly. Not just like that.
Conditions that could lead to that. So why don't you try and avoid those things so that your trusteeship will not be affected? Let them go to other countries. Go to Europe. Go to the UK. Go to America and see whether they are not so regulated too. I don't know why we are disturbing the peace here. He says, don't kill. If you kill, you will be killed, isn't it? So don't kill now. Why are you now saying it is not of God to kill people? Nobody wants to kill anybody. What we are saying is you don't start it. Don't start the process. Don't kill, and you will not be killed. If you kill, we will kill you. It is a country. Look, a country must be guided by laws.
Right.
It is unfortunate in this country that we see it otherwise. That's why we are in the problems we are in is because of the absence of law enforcement. I keep emphasizing that. I hope that all of us will come to terms with the new law. There are definitely gray areas in the new law. Those ones, we will look at them, and the appropriate agencies will find what to do about them in due course.
Right. Okay, let's go through to the text message line. This text here says, what legacy? The legacy of the hush puppies and forged certificates, the legacy of fraud and corrupt practices. God save Nigeria. Good morning, friends. All right, Nichin, thank you very much. Let's take a few telephone calls real quickly. All right, listen. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, Reverend Koye, good morning.
Good morning, Barrister.
Oh, good morning, Reverend.
Let me join Barrister further to explain Kama, Company and
Allied Matters Act.
The law. Kama is against fraud. Kama is against theft. Kama is against unrighteousness. Kama is against mismanagement. Kama supports honesty. Kama supports fairness. Kama supports righteousness. Kama supports transparency. Is religion in Nigeria preaching anything different? That is the question we need to answer. The Mali coup, it is a warning to our politicians in Nigeria. And Barrister, I agree with you. I pray that Nigerian politicians will not lead us to that path.
Amen.
Should there be a coup in Nigeria, I will join people to shout hallelujah on the street. The truth of the matter is that we say the army are not trained for leadership. But yet, every development we can see in Nigeria today are given to us by the army. They gave us Lagos. They gave us Port Harcourt. They gave us Abuja. They gave us Kaduna Refinery. They gave us the railway. Almost everything. They were built by the army. Democracy is only desirable when government runs for the people, not for the Kaaba, not for the few people in the party. Rule for the people. Better the lot of the people. I repeat, God forbid we will say, should there be a coup in Nigeria, I will join people on the street to shout the loudest hallelujah.
Let's definitely hope that there will be no coup in Nigeria.
And one thing with what the Reverend said, it is a good thing that we got the reaction of a man of God. In quotes, a man of God is a reverend, and he's saying this about
as
Kama.
well. All right, and this text here says, Audrey makes us laugh, so they still use people like you to say one North when our people don't die. Finish. Mr. Audrey, if they say North, we know the tribe running things there. Middle Belt youth won't take that again. Also, Shina detectives captured the Akinyele criminal before. No be local hunters capturing him. All right, Joe, thank you very much. This text here says, good morning. On the resumption of international flights, as Barrister said, maybe big men children have resumed school abroad. Nigerian government should open our universities and allow students go back to campus since markets and worship centers with large volumes of people have been opened. Education is important too. All right, let's take this call. Hello, good morning. Okay. Good morning. What's your name, please?
Charles from Yano Church.
All right, Charles from Yano Church. Go ahead.
Good morning. Good morning to Barrister.
Oh, good morning, Charles.
Morning.
I want to speak on the Mali coup. I hope Reverend Koye is not directly calling for a coup, because what he says you'll be one of the people that will shout hallelujah when there is coup. Such a statement is very, very, very sensitive. Please, the worst democracy is better than military dictatorship. You see, why we are saying it this way, because when military are ruling, you cannot investigate them. How do you investigate them? How do you prove that they are stealing your? You can't prove them. But under democracy, to some extent, they can see. You can see
absolutely. I agree as well. Yes.
But during democracy, you can't do all these things. Even your rights, you don't have any rights. They trample on your rights. So I will encourage the ECOWAS community to impose chief sanction on that regime
On Mali.
in
All right.
Mali.
Okay.
But I know such a thing can never happen in Nigeria because Nigeria is bigger than
Amen
Mali.
to that.
Please, the last check, you did not finish it. Please, let me finish it.
Okay, thank you very much. I actually agree. People that are saying they'll shout hallelujah. People like Barrister will not be there. They have a flight that's waiting for them. They'll take them out of this country. So
let me ask Charles.
Follow, yes.
Let me ask Charles. Since the coming of democracy, how many of those people who are alleged to have dipped their filthy fingers into a cookie jar have been tried, have been questioned, have been interrogated?
But in a military rule, if they dip finger, if they don't, who's going to say what?
But is it any better? That's the question I am asking.
Okay.
And then look at the kinds of freedoms, that have been fostered, under this democracy.
Okay, I've got Miss Yemita Walabi here. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead.
Yes. Yeah. Good morning, Barrister.
Good morning.
I'm grateful that at the end of the day, and as we progress, more people will come to understand this truth, this fundamental truth, that democracy does not sit with the worldview of the African, even the Westerners who profile democracy as an alternate rule. You can see them struggling with it. It is not working for us. It is not going to develop us. Unless this present administration is able to deliver the Lagos-Ibadan, which is how many kilometers of rail line, that is the first dividend of democracy that we are getting in 20 years. And at what cost? At what cost? We keep deceiving ourselves. This democracy is not working. Let us wake up, smell the coffee, and think out of the box and look for alternative ways to govern ourselves. All the thing we have done is to democratize. Look. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you very much.
That is a fantastic contribution from a very concerned Nigerian. I applaud your contribution, ma.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Walabi. Let me run through Twitter real quickly. Shito Akim says, seriously, our life was better under military regime compared to now. Democracy in Nigeria is a scam. He says, did you call for the 4 months lockdown at home practicing? How many of the students were actually reading at home? Even when school was fully on, malpractices were unavoidable, let alone when schools were shut down for almost 4 months. Malpractices already part of us. Raji Afiza Bidemi says, on the issue of crisis in Mali, honestly, if ECOWAS failed to handle this issue properly, it may lead to regional crisis, because from the look of things, it seems the body is only interested in their paymasters and not the citizens. Also, let me see if that's all we've got. Thank you so much for the messages. Thank you for the text messages and the telephone calls as well. Unfortunately, our time is up. I was racing with time there, but time won as usual. Thank you, Barrister, for your time here as well. Thank you for being a part of Straight From It Dailies. Don't forget, at 8 o'clock, we're going beyond the surface of exam malpractices, and I'm going to open phone lines towards the end as well. I'd love to hear your views, even though we also sampled voices on the streets, which you will hear as well today. I'm Ronke Giwa Onafuwa. Don't go away.
Splash FM 105.5.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni o, Panadol Extra náà ni Panadol Extra. Ó tún ti ń bẹ báyìí nínú ìdè kékeré oníkápẹ́lẹ̀tì mẹ́rin láàdọ́ta náírà péré. Panadol Extra kẹ́nẹ́ ni Panadol Extra mú tura bẹ́ fọ́rí, ìrora ẹ̀yìn, ìrora oríkèé, ìrora nǹkan oṣù àti ìrora ẹ̀yìn. Tí ìbá ṣe Panadol, kò lè jẹ́ bí Panadol. Tá ìpadà ò bá sí lẹ́yìn ọjọ́ méjì, lọ rí dókítà. Panadol Extra ní paracetamol àti caffeine nínú, kò sí fàlàbọyún àtàwọn ọmọdé tọ́jú orí wọn kéré sọ́dún 12.
It's the Samsung Blue Tag Sale. Samsung's biggest sale of the year. Get up to 100,000 Naira instant gift back on all Samsung smartphones and select Samsung TVs, refrigerators, air conditioners, and washing machines. Don't miss this great opportunity to get your favorite Samsung products with this unbeatable deals. So, what are you waiting for? Hurry now while stock lasts. Promo runs from 17th of August to the 6th of September. T's and C's apply. For more information, visit Samsung.com or call 0800 Samsung.
Select Atelumexo. Atelumexo. yes. Using power with 2 ogbonge items. Where they combine and make a more. Relief don't come. Okay. E dey for tablet. Oh yes. E dey for suspension.
Hey, na Telumex make you select tablet or suspension. The combined care wey dey inside Artemether with lumefantrine no be small. Telumex na Adla wey dey make ogbonge medicine dey make am.
Telumex dey for pharmacy near you. But if malaria signs still dey show face after 3 days, go see your doctor.
Telumex.
They read the product leaflet always.
It is time to celebrate our stars. It is time to celebrate